Episode 6, Becoming Your Own Mother. Hi, everyone. This is Lily from Rooted in Becoming podcast, and this is episode 6, Becoming Your Own Mother. We are gathered on this new moon, and it's such a powerful, powerful new moon. Our new moon is a time for us to reset, to plant new intentions, and to begin again. So thank you so much for joining me today as we claim our power, our voice, and look forward to becoming and staying rooted. So thank you so much for being here. I'd like to start off with just a little bit of grounding. So if you're comfortable, please go ahead and just gently close your eyes and put one hand over your heart and one over your belly, and just take a slow inhale through your nose and then soft exhale through your mouth. Let's go ahead and do it again. And inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Whatever you were carrying, just let it roll off your shoulders. Thank you. So in today's live community chat, I'd like for us to reflect on this latest episode of Becoming Your Own Mother. It was a very tender topic with my guest, Yen Quinn. And I'm sure everyone in some time in their life had experienced this sort of inner child realization that no one was going to come and save us. And what I really loved about Yen's story is how she came to that self-realization and did that internal healing on her own, and really try to reclaim that power back for her. And it was a lot of it was through not just that self-realization, but self-love, and the fact that, she chose to then focus on how can she reclaim it for herself and give that back in a way that is like redemption. And that was through giving to her kids the life that she didn't have, the childhood that she didn't have. And I really just loved her stories. And I would love to ask you if you can join me, and like if you've seen the episode, if you want to just come off mute and share like what part of the Yen's story really resonated with you. I would love to hear your thoughts.
When I was watching and listening to her, how I can kind of put myself, not all the way like in her shoe, but just picture like you being left behind. How I was always feel like I left behind, but hers like back. I mean, it's scary because remember when I was left behind in Thai, become a housemaid. It wasn't explained to me. It's like, where you guys go?
Yeah.
They just tell me, oh, they're in the camp, and I'm like, and so you but the same thing, I was 10 years old, she was younger, and haven't been left elsewhere many times, I kind of like, okay, just roll with it. If for some reason that's how I adapt to things and function, and that's how you're gonna go forward. It's like if you keep crying, because I don't think I ever cry once. Like why would I cry? Nobody gonna come and help. So you fight, you move forward. That's what I did.
Yeah. Did that, and you mentioned that if you cried, why, and no one would come. I mean, you think that toughened you in some ways? That
I think so, because before we left the country, I was living in a capital city, and then you cry because you want mommy and daddy, and you would cling to their leg before when they leave. When I first, like when I realized like who I am and where I was more like 6, 7. Like I say, I have no memories because I've been raised by so many different people. It wasn't like memory of my dad holding me. It wasn't like that. So I don't have that memories. My memory is like, oh, that's my parent. They're leaving. How come they don't take me? So I guess that time I did cry. I want to go home. After that, I was just like, deal with it.
yeah,
So,
you rolled with the punches. Yeah.
so,
Mm.
so my life has always been like,
Mhm.
just keep going. You can't, like I always say, keep going. You can. It's like not gonna sit there and say boo hoo.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
think I did that as a little kid, and nobody, you know what I mean? Because the situation was they left me to go to school, a better school, you know what I mean? It wasn't because they abandoned, just like they send you off to be taken care of.
Mhm.
But what you're gonna do, just learn and do whatever, move forward. That's it.
Yeah. Did you ever have a curiosity to ask? I know that Yen at one point she decided like the truth is her truth, right? And everybody has their own truth, and she stopped trying to find out what the truth was. And did at one point were you trying to find truth as well? And did you eventually give up trying?
Um, I think I remember that I did ask mom and dad, like, they just say, "Oh, we just want you to have better education, better life," because they're working and they're paying somebody to take care of us. So I accepted that, but I didn't say I didn't want to go. I didn't. I'm not gonna.
Mhm.
But growing up, um, like I told you, someone to say something to me before when I was about 17. Why
Mhm.
do you want somebody else's life? That's not your life. I want to do this. I want to be that. No, look in yourself. What do you want? Accept. You have to accept it. Be,
Mhm.
yeah, I used to cry before when mom and dad won't let me go anywhere, boo
Mhm.
hoo. And then you know what? I accepted it. What am I gonna do? So that's why I do with you and even my kids too, even my niece and nephew.
Yeah.
Prove to me that you can be responsible, that I can trust you, you can go. So I
Yeah.
kind of learned that from mom and dad. So I kind
Yeah.
of use that with my life with, you know what, if I can't get from you, I'm just gonna move forward, go somewhere else. And I can't be tied down with poor me. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Just
I even tell mom that,
mm,
let it go, move on.
move. Hmm.
You have a life. Like, you have to
It's out of
accept
our
yourself first.
control. Right. It's hard. I think sometimes we get fixated on
Mhm.
trying to understand the past, and you don't focus on the present
Mhm.
and move forward into the future. And I think it's uh yeah, it takes a lot of courage to let it go, let the past go, you know? Um and I one thing I thought was really um a great lesson that Yen shared. She talked about her kids and the fact that she didn't have growing up the opportunity to sort of have that childhood, right?
Mhm.
And curiosity. Like there was no one there to explain to her why something
Mhm.
happens, you know.
Mhm.
And I thought it was really nice. She mentioned when with her kids, she takes time to explain like things and allow them
Me,
to have curiosity. Did you do
me,
that as well?
yeah, same thing I did with my own kids because I turned from, I think when we all grew up here, we kind of like, we're going to be different than our parent. Mom and dad was like old school. Here's information, that's it. Don't tell you why, and if you do this, what's going to happen. So when I grew up and I go, you know what, it's going to be changed. So when I decide to have family, so Fung and I were on the same page because he was in a similar boat where he was like a nobody, number six, nobody cared he was alive. You know, like, because you know how the culture, the mom and dad only fixate on certain type of kid, which one, the number one kid. So we understood that. We understand each other. So our kid, we explain why, even though we can give it, we explain, no, we cannot give it. This is the reason. You have to do this in order to receive it. And it seemed like as when Phoebe and Ryan growing up, they understand. So they don't demand things from us. They don't say cry and pout. Hell no, I will not let that occur. Because I explained to them, there's a reason we can't do this, and I explained to you why. It's not like no and that's it.
Right.
So that's how I do things. It's a little different than mom and dad. And I
Yes.
believe in studying, I told them.
It looks like Noonie has joined us. Noonie, did you watch the episode with Yen and becoming your own mother?
I watched a little bit of it, but yeah, a
Yeah,
little, yeah,
yeah,
parts of it. But
yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about, what are we doing differently with our kids and how we've raised them um in the way that we didn't um what did we find missing, in our childhood that we are now trying to correct in this next generation, right? And in hopes to build a better and brighter and more confident generation. Um, are there certain things that you found that you're trying to do that you didn't receive as a child that you're doing now for your own kids?
I think so. I don't think mom and dad um, talked to us about a lot of financial stuff and college things like that, and
Right.
just things that you know that are important. I think, but
Mhm.
they don't. They just think that we'll take care of it ourselves, or we know about it. But I think it's hard because this generation, the kids, they like to be able to talk to parents about how they feel and how things are supposed to work, and it's totally different from when I grew up because my kids are asking more for help or
Mhm.
asking for clarification, that kind of thing, whereas mom and dad just expect us to do it ourselves.
Right. And I think it's also the generation because um, talking with other refugees and immigrants or just folks in the Gen X era, where you have both working parents, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the kids are sort of um, left on their own. And so they're expected to become independent, somewhat. And which is, so we were like that. And very different these days from the kids and generations after that, I think.
I think so because I don't think mom and dad ever checked our homework, to be honest. They didn't check our homework,
No, because
and
they were
we check our kids' homework. We actually, read their paper. I don't think mom and dad did that for us. Yeah,
and they expect us to do it. No, no excuse. That's from mom and dad. They only dad checks once, like, do you need help? But other than that, you're supposed to do it. There's no excuse.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
It's a
that's
little different. Yeah, it's a little
it
different than
is very.
it's your job to do it. Like, what I have to tell
Mhm.
you, it's like no babysitting. You know what I mean? There's no no such thing.
Yeah, and they don't even talk about dating. I don't think mom and dad talk to us
Oh
about
no,
dating at
no.
all.
They
That's
don't want
yeah.
you to date because yeah, it was hard. Like,
Yeah. I
like
think you date when you get married, right? I think was
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of.
No, I did talk to Phoebe and Ryan. Like, you can have friends, but no date until after high school. Yeah, we talk about birds in the bee, buy books, but that's the rule. That's it. Then it's good.
Mhm.
No, but the like we were
I have
talking
no
like the important things about like when you start your menstrual cycle or that kind of stuff. You're supposed to talk to your kids about. I don't think mom and dad talk to us about that at all. Puberty
Oh no,
at
that's
all.
taboo.
So
That's taboo
yeah,
because
that's what I thought.
remember you're not allowed to have boyfriend until you're about 18. So by that time they already arranged your marriage.
Yeah,
Because that's
that's
the old
true.
system. That's the
Yeah,
old system.
you're not supposed to get
Yeah.
married until you're 30. Like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, talking about taboo and puberty, I mean, my entire experience. I literally thought because mom and dad decided not to sign me up for learning about your body, the changing body, right, in grade school. I don't think they called it that. I think they call it something like that now in terms of like understanding the body changes. I think back then they might have called it sex ed. I don't think it was sex ed.
Yeah, no,
But,
no, it's called sex education.
uh, but I think it confused them so much that they said no. And so when I actually got my period, oh my goodness, I thought I was gonna die. Like, what is happening? I'm bleeding, it's not stopping. And I literally I was like the next day, because I was continuing to bleed and I was not able to stop. I was saying goodbye to everyone. I literally was resigned in thinking that I was gonna die. So I'm like, everybody I saw, I was just wishing them well. Like, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm in my mind. I'm thinking I'm not going to be here tomorrow because I'm probably, losing all that blood and I'll be gone. And it was kind of a frightening experience, of course, until, you guys all found out what was happening. And then all of a sudden it was a celebration. But it was scary. It was scary.
See, for me, um, I don't know if they signed a pay. I think it was seventh grade, so
Uh,
1979. So it's really, really early. I
yeah.
don't even speak English that well, even now still. But it was in the locker room in Grand Middle School, not Mission, it's Grand Middle School. And the instructor is one of the coach. All I see is a little picture of the sperm and the egg, and I'm like, huh? And then they talk about the pad. And you go, you understand? I go, yeah, that one, no, no. She go, okay, you understood. I'm like, oh my God, I have no idea what I was talking about. So what I was trying to tell her, like, the sperm should not go to the egg. We don't want baby. They go, you understood? Okay, good, sign me off. It's so funny.
That is funny.
That's it. That's all I have.
That, that was your sex education. Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
Yeah, that's it about that. And then learn how to put on the pad. Back then it was pen. It wasn't sticky. It was a little pen up and pen in the back. And that's it.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow.
That old. Yeah, that.
Very old school for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you guys.
Yeah. Looks like Boopy joined us. Oh, Boopy,
Didn't,
we're
didn't somebody wear like inside out the pad outside the underwear?
we are not going to talk about that. We are not going to talk about that.
I
But
still remember I still remember Noonie too.
Um,
She was wearing somebody else's clothes. Like, okay, who did it? I still
Oh,
remember. And you say it's Noonie. I go, huh?
I know I blamed, I didn't blame Noonie. Noonie wasn't home, but I think you guys are trying to figure out who started their period. And then I recall I was scared because I thought I was going to get in trouble. I didn't know what was happening. And for I mean, first of all, I thought I was going to die, and I still thought I was going to die. So then you guys were all excited about, you know, who had started their period. And I recall telling Bupe, because she, of course, was like investigating what is happening. And so I pulled her to the side, and I'm like, it wasn't Noni, it's me. And then, and then, of course, I'm thinking that she's gonna keep it a secret, and you can see her eyes just like she just all of a sudden, she realizes she has all this new information, and decides to, you know, tell you guys, and I was devastated.
No, because I saw the pants. I'm like, okay, who is it? Whose pant is it? I need to know. I can help out. But
Yes, yes,
you
exactly.
pointed that way, and I'm like, you point to Noonie, and I'm like, huh?
Oh no, Noonie wasn't home. Remember, Noonie was not home, and you guys were trying to.
Oh, I know, but you say it's Noonie's pants.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that. All I remember is like, oh no, I don't know. Anyhow, I think we've talked enough about that. So, yeah, I mean, if you think back at your childhood, and if there was one, like maybe a couple words, um, or like a sentence, like what one thing would you have wanted for yourself, for your inner child? What one thing would you have wanted that you did not get?
Oh, you know, I want a lot of stuff, but if I go back and change that, I would not have what I have now. So I don't think I want to change anything. Thing happened for a reason. You don't know.
Mhm, mhm.
So I don't want to change. If I change, we're going to change something else. The outcome would be different.
Oh, yes. And I'm not at all suggesting that you would want anything changed, but just as a child growing up, what is it that you did not have? Yeah.
Being at home, maybe thing would be different.
oh,
not
Mhm.
not ship out away from you guys.
I think for me, because it's impacted who I am, but it's definitely changed. I mean, I've done a lot of work on this. Is that um I've because of our circumstances, I think having to hustle and my mind around performing and money was a big thing for me. And working, and having to make money and essentially contribute, feel like I needed to contribute um uh at a very early age, that pressure, um like doing your homework as quickly as possible, and working, like, okay, because we needed it, you know what I mean? Like it was that kind of scarcity mindset, which I've done a lot of work to get out of that mindset. Um, but I think that is something that, like, I try to work on with my own kids, is like, to not have that scarcity mindset, and give them more opportunities, and resources to allow them to follow their passions and whatnot.
Well, you also have to understand we're in a different era too. So mom and dad doesn't have that option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm still understanding old school and a modern time. That's why it's easy for me to adapt to either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Well, I think Bupe is um not able to come off mute. But Noonie, if you have anything you want to add on your own
Oh,
experience.
I think it'd be nice for us to, growing up, if we had learned a sport or did something with music or something. I think that might have piqued my interest a little bit.
I agree with that. I mean, and it's never too late, right? As our cousin Faith says, it's never too late to learn a new language or take on a new hobby. Especially you, Noonie. Like you are so multi-talented in terms of being like crafty, and now you're like learning guitar. Like the whole family is so musical. But yeah, I mean, um you would have enjoyed a lot of that, right? And now you're doing that as an adult, and it's I'm sure fun, and that is certainly something that I can appreciate.
Well, when we first came, 1977, I don't think the old generation understood that kidney sport because American is different. So I was encouraged like you want to go singing? I go, I can't even speak English, and then who's gonna take me? We don't have car yet. We have to walk to school. And
Mhm,
sport only play 1 year. It's like
mhm.
mom's like, oh, I had to go pick you up. You know what I mean? It's hard. So after one year of field hockey, I started just it's not in a culture where we play a lot of sport. Look at
Yeah.
Asia. Now they try to like running marathon, volleyball, so they try to, but back then it wasn't the thing, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Molly, after you
I think
sharing
it's still
that,
hard.
uh-huh. Go ahead, Bupe.
No, parents supporting their children. Even now, it's still hard. If
That's true.
I had a coworker come and ask me, "How did you deal with activities for your kids?" And I was like, "Divide and conquer, and if one thing, become the coach so that you control one schedule." But that was how Brian and I dealt with everything with the kids.
Yeah.
But going back, mom and dad couldn't do that for us.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
I think a lot of parents aren't able to do that for their kids, let alone, I mean, you have three uh like elite
Active
elite
kids.
sporting, you have elite athletes in your family. And so I say elite because they are at that level where if you can get scholarships based on sports, I think you're considered elite in my view. But yeah, no, I agree with you. It's still a challenge for parents in this generation as well.
Yeah, because like my kid we only do summertime, right? Sport, and then and they're still like, oh man, we both work and then hustle through the weekend. Then when Phoebe plays sport, just like feeling like, thank God she's not playing this
Mhm.
year or she didn't make it. It's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because you
yeah,
have to come home. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
he's the type. See,
Mhm.
I multitask. He's like one at a time. He's really really different style of doing things. But like I say, I'm hyperactive. That's why I can do things. He's
Mhm.
not. So
Mhm.
it's hard. Yeah.
So I know we're talking about like what are you doing differently now to kind of heal and give to that inner child? Like for me, I'm still doing a lot in terms of I have a lot of activities, a lot of projects going on in my life, but I am doing a lot more self-care, self-love. and I'm taking time out for myself. Enjoying the fruits of my labor, I think, is probably and not always like trying to save. I'm investing more in finance. So I have diversified my portfolio and stuff like that, but I'm also giving to myself in terms of time to unwind, time to relax. And so are there ways that you guys are like, what's one simple thing that you have done for yourself?
Well, for me, sometimes I just like, let's go for a drive and we'll have lunch, or sometimes we pack lunch. You know how I always go to Julian, go to
Yeah,
Mount Laguna. That's my outlet.
yeah,
See,
yeah.
see the
Nature,
scenery,
right?
the drive.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see all this,
yeah,
it's just it's getting there. You know what I mean?
yeah. Oh, I think that's great. I know you like to commune with nature and go for hikes, and I think that's great. Noonie, what about you? What do you do?
I think I'm just planting a new garden. So I've started an orchard. So we're going to try to grow native plants here in Virginia, pawpaws. They're almost like cherry moya. It's like
Yeah,
custard. So we're going to try something different. We're just, I think we're starting to venture out new apples, things like that. I think mom likes, is it jujubes? So I'm going to be growing one too.
oh,
Besides persimmon, yeah. Besides,
nice.
yeah, persimmons and Asian pear, that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
That's great. Booby, what about you? Is there something
Um,
that you're just doing for yourself?
I take baths.
I love that. I love that. Like
It's
bubble bath?
that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, those are the best. That's so
Yeah,
nice.
right. Switch from taking care of the kids and giving them their bubble bath to I
Yeah.
finally get to take my own.
I love that. Oh, I'm glad you're doing that. We all deserve that. It's like I do that uh, once or twice a week for myself as well. And it's like the time to just completely, disconnect and just be at peace and just relax. And sometimes I'll have my um I'll watch like a little video while or read or whatever. Just it's very relaxing. Do you do the same, or do you read a book, or
Um, either read, listen to music, or maybe watch um some videos or something.
yeah. I love that.
Catch up on some short
Yeah,
clips or some K dramas or Chinese dramas that um
love it.
I want to just yeah
Oh,
favorite
good.
scenes.
I'm so glad you do that for yourself. I'm glad that you have an outlet for yourself and that you're giving back to yourself, because you guys give so much to others. So, well, we are close to the top of the hour, and I just want to thank you for calling in and being with us for episode 6 and becoming your own mother. And I am inspired by each of you, and I love you all so much. And I hope you will come back for episode 7, which is Love is Not the Language, which Rupe is going to be the star guest.
Yay.
Yay. Sounds good.
Yes. Okay. You have a wonderful, wonderful evening and happy new moon.
Thank you. Can't wait
Thank
to
you.
see you.
Bye.
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 Please follow and subscribe at Gold Trico. Stay rooted and worthy beyond measure.